What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the official podcast of Rocklahoma, Surviving Rocklahoma. I am your favorite cyborg with the host with the locks that rocks, Adam Richmond, and bringing you our weekly episode and our weekly live stream. Let me know if we're coming through okay. Happy to be joining you all. I see you jumping in there in the comments. Rockavet is already in the comments. What is up, Jason? Jason is in the comments. Wow, that's I see Brandy representing Camp Black Pearl. I see Christy representing Camp Mardi Gras. One of my favorite songbirds, Sparrow of Infall, is in the comments. Wow, look at all of you guys. We've got a pretty stacked show tonight, y'all. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, we've got a special guest who has joined us, or will be joining us here, probably in about 30 minutes or so. Miss Rocklahoma 2009, Erin, will be joining us, telling us a little bit about the Miss Rocklahoma pageant, how all of that works, and give all of you lovely ladies out there that have submitted your application to compete in the Miss Rocklahoma competition. She'll let you know how it all works and give you a little peek of what to expect. We also are going to be digging into the Rocklahoma Survival Guide. We've updated that here recently. We've got some new graphics to throw in there, make it nice and cool and unique. And my man Darren Pilkington of Camp Pilk he has just been kicking butt on that map, keeping it up to date and everything consolidated, so it makes it easy for you guys to find where the parties are. We're going to talk about that here a little bit later. I also see Brett, what is up? At your service is in the comments. He's got a special surprise. You know what? I tell you what, let's go ahead and work our way towards that, folks. Well, let's talk about our sponsors. First up is DEB Concerts. And Rocky will be doing, just coming up here in the next coming weeks, October 3rd, he's going to have the Iron Maidens with special guests, Dime Store Riot. It's going to be hosted by Rocklahoma's own Eddie Trunk. This is going to be at the Venue Shrine, y'all. Y'all can get your tickets now. Make sure you reach out to Dime Store. They are selling tickets and get them at a great price for you all. What's up? Adam Raymond is also in the comments. Speaking of Dime Store Riot, what's up, buddy? We're going to be breaking you off a piece of their new material here coming up a little bit later in the show. Also want to give a huge shout out to At Your Service Rentals.
Dinner was full!
And he actually has something for us to give away. I've got another $200 service voucher from At Your Service Rentals directly from Brett. We are going to be giving that away, and I'm going to tell you how to do it a little as the show goes on. You're going to have to watch the whole thing. Sorry, folks, but I tell you what, I'll let you know here at some point in the show how you can win a $200 voucher from At Your Service Rentals. These are for service rentals at Rocklahoma or Born and Raised music festivals. I mean, serious, y'all. What other music festivals can you book your own portable restroom at your campsite, get a swimming pool, keep the pool? I mean, if it's hot, you've got some water there, and even if it's not, you've got your own portable restroom where you can squat in confidence. You didn't have to share with all of the campgrounds. It's just a wonderful deal. Totally worth the money, in my opinion. So it doesn't matter if you're in an RV or a tent. They've got you covered. Because you know what they say about pooping in the campgrounds, y'all? It's intense. Oh, yes, that was a good one. Come on, give me that one. Let's see. We've also want to give a huge shout out to Rockavet. You know, Rockavet has a benefit coming up this weekend at the venue Shrine. And speaking of, there it is. Infall, who's in the comments right now, Infall will be in attendance as well as several others. It's going to be hosted by my good friend, the Shirtless MC himself, Christian Hopkins of Rockavet. It's going to be at the venue Shrine this weekend. They're going to have all kinds of goodies that they are going to be auctioning off as they raise funds for the non-profit activities of Rockavet as they keep growing and keep servicing more and more veterans, bringing the music that is medicine. And it is just a group that I so much love working with. And not only that, folks, we will be bringing more tickets to veterans as the weeks come forward, because I understand they are getting a lot of tickets donated to be given away to veterans. So absolutely love everything that Rockavet does. Also want to give a huge shout out to the Rocklahoma bitches. You know, they've got some new swag that shall be coming fairly soon. And wouldn't you know, my mouse just died right in the middle of this. So I can't wait to see what the Rocklahoma bitches has got going on for us this year at Rocklahoma. Or, you know, they're more country sides, the redneck bitches, what they'll be doing at Born and Raised music festivals, as they say around the Born and Raised country campgrounds. Just gotta fuck around and find out, right? So also want to give a huge shout out to Angel Lee. Rebel by Angel is my newest proud sponsor and partner. We've been traveling the country for the last couple of years, 2 years, and this year is going to be the third year that she's helping me cover Rocklahoma. She has brought us stunning images from all the festivals that we've covered. And, you know, recently we just covered another one. And speaking of, check out some of these images. She gave me the first peek from the Rock the River Music Festival, some of the images she caught over there. Tim T was out, had an amazing time with the kiddos, and one of my favorite things about the stage was getting to bring some of the fans up a few at a time to let them enjoy the experience. That was my favorite part, was being up on the stage and just watching everybody just cut loose, carefree, not a care in the world, jam out, just support local musicians. We see Mr. Bocock there in his mask. You never can miss him. And is just, and it was a beautiful night at Rock the River 2024. We want to give a lot of love to the vendors and the other folks who set up out there. John Sparrowhawk was a very gracious host in opening up the venue. We had a blast. We did crown our newest Miss, the first ever Miss Rock the River. And there we are on stage as we were warming up. And I gotta tell you, it was one of my favorite things about this year was getting to MC. It was just an absolute blast, warming up the crowd, having fun with everybody, getting the crowds excited, working with Rockavet, watching them up on the stage with so much pride. There's Tim T. Everybody who came out there knows Tim T and the love of art and everything he's got going on through there. Yeah, just absolutely amazing time. Thank you so much, Angel, for giving me and giving all of us a sneak peek of these first images that you've got dropping from Rock the River Music Festival. And we've got a lot of things going on through photography by Angel Lee, as well as Surviving Rocklahoma, as our show evolves and grows into bigger and better things. And we've cover other music festivals and branch out and focus on our local music scene. So be sure that you guys are following all of our socials and staying tuned to the show so we can keep you in the know of what's coming up next. Also want to give a huge shout out to the Big Old Bus. Now, if you don't know yet, folks, the Big Old Bus has been bringing a busload of debauchery to Rocklahoma for years and years. They've also partnered up with Rockavet. This year, they're going to have some of our veteran friends helping out with security, roaming through the crowd, making sure everybody's safe, and we're not getting in too rowdy and getting ourselves in trouble or anything. So I think it's a natural fit. A Big Old Bus and Rockavet pulling the resources to bring a good party and keep everyone safe in our responsible debauchery. I don't know if those two words go together, but we always find a way to make it work. Remember, folks, that you can find all the details of everything they've got going on at the Big Old Bus for this year's Rocklahoma by going to their Facebook page. They've dropped their full list of events and everything. They said this year all of their events will follow the headliners to protect us, one, against the heat, because it's hot out there, and doing everything before 2 o'clock, in addition to having a music festival that day. That's just a lot on people, and it's hard for some folks to go all out all day, every day. So they are going to start bringing most of their events and such after the headliner, so it's going to be more after parties oriented. So that's some of the new stuff going on with the Big Old Bus. Also want to give a huge shout out to Metalcore Clothing, who we've partnered up with just recently. They've produced these shirts here that are currently on sale through the Facebook page and website. They've also are doing the tribal logo that we have been rocking for the last little bit. We've also got some other merch ideas that will be coming up in the coming months, so make sure that you're following Surviving Rocklahoma. Anytime you see us promoting a show or out at a show, we'll be bringing those shirts with us so you can get yours as well. Remember, anyone who buys a t-shirt from Surviving Rocklahoma, whether it be the proud member of the local music scene or the Tribal Skull, you will also be entered in for a choice between Rocklahoma and Born and Raised Country Music Festival tickets. So everybody who qualifies or buys merch this month gets entered in for the drawing. There's also another way you can do that, and that's by participating in the Stars Wars. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the Stars Wars over the last couple of weeks. The farce has been strong, and it is also finding a way. It is also making this show very much easier to do, as those, what the stars are, they're little bits, they're little pieces of currency. They're pennies in my pocket, if you will. So every time that you guys get in there and start rattling that tip jar and putting exercising the farce and competing in the Stars Wars, that's how we monetize the show, so that we're able to do cool new things and invest in getting some cool merch so that you can in turn support the show. So thank you all so much for everyone who competes in those. Last week we had a tight race, and I thought Scott Bear won it, but at the last minute we had another. Let me see who it was. Dadgummit, I had the name pulled up right there so I wouldn't forget. The winner last week, Thomas Johnson. Well, I tell you what, folks, I am leaning on you folks, because unfortunately I can't see like a live reaction of who's winning in the stars department. So I've seen some folks that can pull it up and let me all know. So towards the end of the show, I'll be having you all help me out with letting me know who our winner is, so that we can correctly get our Jedis or Sith, whatever, however you get down, whether it's the light side, bright side, or a little bit in between, we'll get you guys correctly qualified for those Rocklahoma or Born and Raised tickets. As I was saying, we've got a guest coming on here in probably 10-15 minutes. So we want to keep the show moving on. I do want to give a shout out to another one of our proud sponsors, someone who just loves to sponsor and keep the party going and keep the suds flowing. I'm talking about Prior Liquors, Wines, and Spirits. If you haven't cracked open your cold one yet, join me as we do each and every week as we crack open the show by cracking open a cold one. This week is I've got working still on the Lost Lake in my mini fridge here in the studio, but I do want to give a shout out and a thanks to Prior Liquors, Wines, and Spirits on behalf of Monty and everyone on at the store in Prior, folks. The best place to get the suds, to get you sauced. I tell you what. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I do love me some Lost Lake. I'm saying, every time I sip, it just makes me want to say 'tis the season. Alrighty, folks. So, yeah, we've been talking a bit about Rocklahoma. We've been, we're just a couple of weeks away. I mean, not even a full 2 months away, and we are running low on time, folks. So I do believe this week, actually, Prime Day is this week, so that's a good time to get all of your camping supplies. Make sure that you're getting all of your camping equipment out and everything's dusted out and working as it should be, and also be trying to think of clever ways that you're going to stay cool and beat the heat. Again, I do strongly suggest that you get a swimming pool from At Your Service Rentals. It's totally worth the money, but if you're not in a camper, if you're not in an RV, it is going to be hot, folks. And with our weather, if it's not hot, it's going to be rainy. So right now, you need to be planning for two different kinds of weather. I'm linking up with some folks that might be able to give us some accurate weather forecasts so that we can get you guys some great information to help you plan for the festivities. Now, how are you getting down at Rocklahoma? Are you going to be throwing a party? Are you going to be doing something special with your campsite, or you just going to park your stuff, lock it up, make it pretty, say good enough, and then you're going to stroll around the campgrounds, go walk about and find the party? Or are you not the party type? You're just going to go do the festival and then go back to the campgrounds, unwind, kick back, rehydrate, cool off, and get rested for the next day? I want to hear how you get down at Rocklahoma in the comments right now. And also remember, those of you who are joining us in the comments, to stay active, because we will be giving away a $200 prize voucher from At Your Service Rentals that you'll be able to use at Rocklahoma or Born and Raised. Remember, folks, you can reserve now. You can go to the website, get your stuff in, so that way, it's one less thing for you to worry about that week whenever you're traveling. You're getting everything all set up. The signal eventually gets jammed and all of that stuff. So get your ducks in a row ahead of time, and one of the best way to do that is to call At Your Service Rentals and get your services booked right now. Going into the comments, Sparrow says, I want the pool, but the idea of randos hopping in, or you know what, we've never ran into anyone jumping in our swimming pools without. I see one of our friends, a blast from the past, from Rocklahoma past, Eternal Frequency. Mel, what is up? She's joining us in the comments. Speaking of debauchery and crazy things you don't see everywhere, Cat West is talking about oil wrestling at Camp Discombobulated. That's one that is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to watch. Joey says, all walkabout this year, in reference to the campgrounds. Save those prior liquors receipts for an awesome gift at Rockavet on site, Nicole says. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. Kay Johnson says, festival all day, then pass out or head up. Camp Barren it all. Absolutely love all of you folks out there at Camp Barren it all. I get the fortune of getting to hang out with these folks as they live close, and absolutely love all of them over there at Camp Barren it all. Brett Fuller says, I cruise around in a golf cart all day. Tell people, well, I'm adding, yeah, he knows, he's got his shit together, that's for sure. Tell everyone to, let's see, Lori, I love hanging out and laughing with you people. I don't party, I just chill out with all of you. That's awesome. Paige George says the 3rd annual limbo contest with moonshine shots will be at her campsite. And, you know, a lot of you folks are wondering where you're going to find all of these parties. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to tell you here a little bit later. But first, we've got a special guest that is going to be joining us here any minute now. And so I'm going to go ahead and have Erin start getting ready. And but before we are joined by our guest, I want to bring out a music feature. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I put it out on the Facebook page that we get a lot of love and a lot of emails, and we get a lot of folks that give us a lot of feedback on what they would like to see in the program. And one thing that gets repeated often for all of you bands out there that are listening on what your fans want, people love lyric videos. And I put it all out there and say, hey, you know what? People want lyric videos, so send me the lyric videos to some of your music for us to feature right here on the podcast. And never to be one outdone, Sabertooth threw one at us, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Sabertooth with Release the Hounds. What is up, everybody? Once again, that was Sabertooth with Release the Hounds. And we've got a special guest here in the studio. Now, bear with me a little bit because I'm having some issues on my end. You guys can let me know if if we're not getting any audio from Erin, but I do very much want to introduce Erin from Miss Rocklahoma 2009. Erin, let's see if we got audio.
Hey Adam, thanks for having me on. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear
Oh,
me?
yes. Yes. I've got you. You guys can let me know in the comments how we're doing. I'm just relying on my transcribers. So we see a lot of folks joining, and yes, I'm told that we can hear you just fine. So that's awesome. So
Fantastic.
I don't want to. I know we've got just a limited amount of time, Erin, but I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself because you do a lot for Miss Rocklahoma, and I like to give attention to the folks who make things happen. So, Miss Erin, tell us a little bit of how you became involved with Miss Rocklahoma.
Well, I have been going to Rocklahoma since the beginning. '07, I've been there every single year. And in 2009, they announced they're going to do a Miss Rocklahoma competition. And my husband actually is the one that encouraged me to submit my name. And I ended up winning that year. It was a total surprise. And then the next year, they asked me if I would come out and help, facilitate the pageant. And I've been doing it ever since. And I love it. I love meeting the girls. I love the people. It's so much fun. So I'm very lucky I get to do it.
That's awesome. And, it takes a special something to, go step out of one's comfort zone, do it, and then just fall in love with it and say, you know what? I've I've got to have more. I've got to do more. I want to make it bigger and better and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about, what Rocklahoma, means to you and how that drove you into growing the Miss Rocklahoma competition?
So I love music. I love rock music. And when Rocklahoma started back in '07, it was for like an 80s hair band kind of thing. And it was awesome. And it's evolved over the years. And with it, we've taken this Miss Rocklahoma and we've had every year just so much growth in how many people we have apply. And it's just phenomenal. And I love seeing these women supporting each other, believing in themselves and having the confidence to put themselves out there because it's not an easy thing. It's so easy to say, oh, you should put your name in. But when you're putting yourself out there and opening yourself up to the world to leave comments and to say things and having the confidence to believe in yourself is amazing. And I love seeing these women do that, and I love seeing them support each other. It's amazing.
I very much love how much of a sense of sisterhood, a sororityhood, if you will, I get from all of the girls as I meet the new Miss Rocklahomas and Miss Rocklahomas of past. Three or four of them I consider very, very near and dear friends. You guys do have a knack for selecting some just beautiful, amazing souls to represent our music festival. Can you tell me a little bit about the process? Now, I know most people, they just see an opening on the website and they you know what, I want to go for this. And then there's the popular vote, but then there's also a lot more to it that we don't get to see. Is there any? Can you peel back any of that curtain for us and let us know what they have to expect once they enter for Miss Rocklahoma?
Of course. So you have to, if you want to win, you have to enter. So the first step is to go online, Miss Rocklahoma, put in your application. We need photos. We need to hear about you. We want to know why you would make the best Miss Rocklahoma. What is your edge above the other contestants? We want to know about you. So after you submit your application, all of those come to our judges. We review every single application. And last year we had a few hundred. I haven't counted them this year. We still have, the deadline is the 18th. So we still have a few more days to get your applications in. Once all of those applications are in, the judging panel will select our top 10 contestants. These top 10 contestants will be featured on the Rocklahoma website. And then after the website is live, the public will have a chance to go and vote, and we'll have voting open for a few weeks. Then once the voting closes, we'll review everything, and then we'll have it narrowed down to 5 contestants. And this is where it gets really exciting. So if you're one of my top 5 contestants, you're going to get a call from me, and you're probably going to scream because it happens every year. I scream. It's exciting. And what that means is you are one of the top 5 of hundreds of women that have applied for this. We invite you out on Friday of Rocklahoma to do an interview with our panel of judges. We are fun. It's not stressful. We ask silly, fun questions. We really just want to get to know you. And after that, we'll go and kind of deliberate and figure out who we think of our top 5 is going to be the best fit to represent our festival for the year. And then all top 5 contestants get to come on the main stage, which is huge and exciting because how many people get to say they get to go on the main stage at a major music festival? It's phenomenal. And one of them will walk away with that crown, but they're all winners. Everyone that enters is a winner for believing enough in themselves to put themselves out there and do it.
I 100% agree with that. I don't know if I would have the testicular fortitude to put myself in front of something like that. Well, it really does. It takes a lot of believing in yourself and really loving the community and to be able to put yourself out there. And you guys do have a knack for picking some amazing finalists. So let's say the ladies get up into the top 5. They get in, go in front of the panel and all of this stuff. Now, the typical Rocklahoma fan, what we see is they're helping with the guitar auctions. If they're needed on stage, they assist Eddie Trunk and some of the other things that goes along with hosting a festival and such. What else do we not typically see that the Miss Rocklahoma winner gets throughout the year or leading into the following year?
Sure. So let's talk about what do you get? What do you get if you are Miss Rocklahoma? Well, on top of getting a beautiful crown and sash and some amazing flowers, you get to do all of our guitar auctions, and we auction those guitars off for local charities, and that is a huge thing for Rocklahoma. As you know, it's very kind of not a very common thing, I guess, that's done at many festivals. So it's very something special for Rocklahoma. And that's kind of like the biggest thing. You also get 2 VIP passes for the current year's Rocklahoma. You'll get 2 VIP passes for the following festival, as well as you get to come back and crown the next Miss Rocklahoma.
That's awesome. That's so exciting, being able to come back and not have to compete. Do you have any fun stories of from doing the years? Miss Rocklahoma 2009. You've been doing this for several years now. My math is terrible, but
yeah, I know. 15 years.
Some stories over the time.
Yeah, I guess one of my favorite stories was one night, Rob Zombie and John 5 pulled up and they said, "Let's go party in the campgrounds." And we looked at him, we're like, "But you're Rob Zombie. Do you really want to do this?" And he was like, "Yes, absolutely." So we go out into the campgrounds, have a couple of beers with people, and the people realize that Rob Zombie is in the campgrounds, and they start swarming. And he's like, "Let's get out of here." So we grabbed the golf carts, took him backstage, just sat around till probably 3 o'clock in the morning, drinking beer with him. John 5, the current Miss Rocklahoma that year, which was 2012, if I'm correct. Sarah, if you're on here, you can correct me. And my husband, and we just sat around and drank beer almost till the sun came up. It was a good night.
Oh my gosh, that is. I don't know how y'all can resist the urge to fan out, resist the urge to fangirl, because some
totally
of those folks.
Once to Gavin Rossdale, I kind of screamed in his face, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done.
Yeah, we'll ask Christy about seeing Gavin Rossdale. She had the same reaction. And that's one of my favorite things about doing stuff behind the scenes at Rocklahoma and doing things like this, is we get to see it from a totally different angle and see it from a side that no one else gets to. Do you have any thoughts on seeing the way the festival operates, getting to see more insight into what goes on and what goes into putting these fun things on, such as, a Miss Rocklahoma competition and some of the other fan engagement things that they do, versus, just going a fan walking in and seeing all of these new things?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, Miss Rocklahoma, she has to be there at a certain time every night, multiple times, to auction off these guitars. It is fast on, fast off. They're doing load in, load out. You've got to get out of the way, not trip over cords. It looks so easy and it's fun, but there's a lot of work, and you have to hurry. You have to be on time and get out of the way, and they might cut you short. So it's fun, but it's not as simple as everybody thinks it.
Right. It very much is a controlled chaos back there, and I absolutely love it. Before Zoom cuts us off, I like to wrap up every interview and give all of my guests an opportunity to acknowledge the fans, the listeners, the people who are watching, the people that we're trying to enlighten as we prepare for a music festival. Miss Erin, you have you've done such an amazing job with Miss Rocklahoma, and I just want to make sure I give you plenty of time for you to give your shout outs and acknowledge anyone you would like to acknowledge.
What I really wanted to do was just ask people to please be kind to these ladies. Don't say hurtful things. I know we all have favorites. We all have somebody we want to see win. But remember, these are people's wives, sisters, husbands, mothers. So when you're choosing your words, choose them kindly. And, ladies, if you're thinking about submitting, do it. It's fun. You have to be 21. And other than that, you can be 70 if you want to enter. It doesn't matter. Just believe in yourself. Put your essays out there. Think about what you want to say. Think about your photos. Just give us the best you that you can be.
Thank you so much, Erin, and we appreciate you stopping by, and we definitely hope to link up with you and the future Miss Rocklahoma as well. Remember, ladies, you have until the 18th to get your submissions in. Now, Erin, I like to have my guests have the opportunity to introduce the next band, and this band will be playing this year at Rocklahoma. I believe most likely going to be on Doug's stage, but I've got Dime Store Riot with their new video Liar.
All right, well, let's hear it for some Dime Store Riot then.
And once again, that was Dime Store Riot with Liar. And just before that, we were joined by Miss Rocklahoma 2009, Binney, who elaborated how the Miss Rocklahoma competition works. And we just wanted to make sure that you folks get an idea of what it's like for the folks who put these things on. We want to see that I wanted to show you all that the people that do these things for the fans through these music festivals and beyond, they do it out of the goodness out of their heart. They just want to have fun, and they want to give every one of you lovely ladies the chance to step out of your comfort zone and just go for it and represent this music festival. And it's just absolutely wonderful event, and I'm so glad that they run it the way they do, and they are always very open to feedback. So that's part of why we had Erin on, and we can't wait to see who our finalists are for this year for Miss Rocklahoma. But as she was saying, you've got until the 18th to get your applications in. So ladies, get those headshots, get those photos looking as great as they possibly can, and get them submitted for Miss Rocklahoma 2024. Now, I also see Christian in the comments talking about that benefit that we've got coming up this weekend. Remember, folks, in fall and a few other of our good friends will be in attendance. They will also be jamming out and selling some amazing auction pieces, silent auction, as they fund the activities of Rockavet, a nonprofit group. And remember, folks, if you're still with us, I see we've got over 35 live viewers. We are also going to be giving away a set of, it looks like a service voucher for $200 from At Your Service Rentals. Listen here, guys. You know what? First, you got to share. If you want to qualify for this drawing for a $200 service voucher donated by At Your Service Rentals, then the first thing you're going to have to do is share. Now, after you do that, drop a hashtag. Yeah, I got you guys. I had to make you think for a second. I was thinking, you know what, do we want to do it before we open up the survival guide? Do we want to do it after we do the surviving guide? So I know you guys have already shared, so I tell you what, we're going to get into the survival guide really quick. We are running low on time. I wanted to show you guys what me and Erin Pilkington have been working on. So let's go ahead and break into that. And remember, you only need to enter the code word one time to win. So spamming it over and over again, that's not going to increase your odds. We go off of the name, but the code word right now to enter to win a $200 service voucher from At Your Service Rentals is book now. So if you haven't already shared, make sure you share this live stream and you comment hashtag book now for your chance to win a $200 service voucher from At Your Service Rentals for Rocklahoma or born and raised. So I see you guys dropping those in right now. And let me generate a number. Looks lucky number 19. So the 19th person, the 19th account to win, enter hashtag book now will win service voucher for $200. Let's see what we've got here. Congratulations, Nicole Hatler. Nicole Hatler It looks like you were the 19th person, according to how it processed to me, to share the code word hashtag book now. You have won a $200 service voucher from At Your Service Rentals for Rocklahoma. So congratulations. I will be sending your name to, you write it down here so I don't forget about you. Now, just because y'all know who won, don't mean y'all get to go over there and start asking if you can use her crapper. Y'all have your own opportunities to win. And even if you don't, now is the time to go ahead and book your services. So we got that in. We got that covered. Congratulations. Thank you so much, At Your Service Rentals, for donating that prize as he's relaxing and watching the show on the beach somewhere, I believe. You know, I was talking a little bit about the Rocklahoma Survival Guide, and let me pull that up for you real quick. As we that. There it is. Alrighty, so once again, yeah, let me resize this so that you guys can see it properly. We've got a little bit of a survival guide. Now, you can do this without watching me fumble around on it. You can do this a lot easier for yourself by going to www.survivingrocklahoma.com, and you will have the easy option of finding this this cool little map that we've been working on. And I'll do my best to scale it down so you guys can see it a little bit better than what is coming up here. Ah, there we go. That's the button I wanted. So as I was saying, y'all, we've got a really awesome tool over here, and it's, if you go to survivingrocklahoma.com, this will pull up the podcast, and we've updated it to include our Surviving Rocklahoma Survival Guide. Now, what you will find on this page is, first and foremost, you're going to find a map. You're going to get an idea of the layout of the land, see what it looks like. And we're also going to give you some shout outs to some of our wonderful sponsors that we've been working with. Thank you so much for all of you who have contributed. Now, we've also got this cool little map down here, and it gives you a map of the festival overlay, which, you know, you can also get from the Rocklahoma website. But the awesome thing is we have a directory full of all of the parties, letting you know what's going on in the campgrounds, the times, the campsite, all of that good stuff. Let you know where to go for the party. So it doesn't matter if you're just wanting to sit around and meet some other shy folks, or if you just want to get out there and dress up like a Viking, maybe, or maybe you want to play some dildo darts. What is that? There's only one way to find out, you know what I'm saying. They've also got a couple of dance parties. Let's not forget about oil wrestling going on out there at Camp Discombobulated. This will also be the 10th year for my own camp, and shameless plug, Camp Mardi Gras will be doing our after party over in KV 53 and 54 down at the end of the KV row, and VIP next to, you know, I believe other than Camp Corruption, maybe one or two other parties, I think we're the longest running after party in the VIP area. So freaking awesome, and we love doing everything we do in Camp Mardi Gras. So if you guys like to dress up, you want to wear a costume or something to Rocklahoma, make sure you bring it out that Friday after the headliner and join us at Camp Mardi Gras, where we will be having our annual costume contest. Oh my gosh, this list goes on forever, guys. I don't think I've ever seen this many names listed on the map. Now, let's say you can't find it and you want to know You don't want to know exactly where it is. Well, it's a cool little PDF thing. So you can bring it up on your cell phone and you can scroll in, look at that, and you bring it up and you can see some of the other campsites such as Big Ol' Boss and Rockavet. And I was telling you where Camp Mardi Gras is, been there every year for the last 10 years. So absolutely amazing. We love doing this stuff. Once again, that is the Rocklahoma Survival Guide, brought to you by Surviving Rocklahoma, and just linked up today. I want to give a huge shout out to the set list guy, because he has given us a playlist of all of the folks that are going to be playing at Rocklahoma. He did his research and he got them by the set list that they are currently using, and he generated a playlist for us. So we've got hundreds of tracks from our Rocklahoma artists, and we have a very good idea of what songs they will be playing at Rocklahoma 2024. So a lot of love to the setlist guy, and thank you so much for allowing us to feature your Spotify playlist on our Rocklahoma Survival Guide. Now, if you would like to have your campsite listed on the map, well, we've also got forms up here where you can submit. We're also going to be having a best campsite competition, and this is purely for bragging rights. I don't have any fiscal prizes or anything big to give away for you guys, but very much, we love to give some appreciation and a spotlight to the folks who go all out on their campsites. So we're going to try to do multiple categories this year. If you would like to donate or be part of the folks who help us keep it fair, unbiased, and help put together some prizes for the winners, be sure to email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. But remember, folks, survivingrocklahoma.com, click on the Rocklahoma Survival Guide, and we will have everything you could possibly need to prepare. Now, remember, if you do have actual questions about what you can and can't do at Rocklahoma, well, go to their website, rocklahoma.com, and visit their page directly. Don't get your information from me. Don't get it from, other social media. Just go to their website, click on the little menu button up in the corner, and you can click on information. And then right here, it tells you everything you need to know, all of the festival information, and everything you need so that you're not running into trouble at the gates or various checkpoints or whatever the case may be. So if you have questions about do's or don'ts, cans or can'ts, go to rocklahoma.com. If you want a little extra advice and some tips and tricks and such, head on over to survivingrocklahoma.com and click on Rock Survival Guide. With that being said, folks, that does it for our demonstration, and we've given you a lot of content this episode. We talked a bit about Miss Rocklahoma 2024 by having a former Miss Rocklahoma in her own right, Miss Rocklahoma 2009, Erin Binney, and we've also given you a taste of your Rocklahoma Survival Guide and featured some tunes from Dime Store Riot with their new video Liar, as well as Sabertooth's new track Release the Hounds. We absolutely love those lyric videos. Remember, folks, we've got a lot of stuff coming up, including the benefit this weekend, and I'm going to do everything I can to get out there this Friday night for the Rockavet benefit. We've got some surprises in store. There's a lot of things for you guys to do to get you to give back to our veterans. Remember, if you've got a veteran in your life that loves rock music, a veteran who needs to get out more, a veteran who wants to get out and meet other veterans, and you think they would be a good fit for our scene, invite them on out. Say, hey, I'm going to go do this shindig. I'm going to support some veterans and some of my veteran friends. Why don't you come with me and be my +1 or something? Bring them on out. Let them experience the group that we have and see that it doesn't matter with what they're wrestling with. We've got some folks that are in similar situations, and we can accommodate just about everything. So a lot of love to Rock Event. Now, remember, folks, we've got some events coming up, including Rocklahoma 2024, which we've been talking about, Avenged Sevenfold, Hailstorm, Evanescence, Wage War, Day to Remember, Disturbed, Skillet, Slipknot, Lamb of God, Mastodon. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. And we've also got a country episode that will be coming up here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to focus on Born and Raised, including some headliners: Cody Johnson, Hank Williams Jr., Coey Wetzel, Dwight Yoakam, Midland, the Red Clay Straits, Shane Smith and the Saints, and many more. That'll be coming at you a couple of weeks after Labor Day. Born and Raised Country Music Festival, the newest edition on the Rocking Red Dirt ranch there in Pryor, Oklahoma. And we're going to be doing a country live stream in addition to this rock stream here in the next week or two. Let's also not forget the free festival coming up at the end of September. I'm talking about Rock the Equinox number 9, September 27th through 28th. Lake John, Wells and Stigler, Oklahoma. Shotgun Funeral, Oklahoma Blood, Traitora, Mothwind, 1,000 Years Wide. We had Widow Seven on here recently. By the way, congratulations, Widow Seven, for making that incarceration lineup. We are so excited for the folks that we get to feature here on the show and watch them make big lineups and go and do those colossal festivals. Congratulations, Widow Seven. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Well, you know, as we do each and every week, folks, we like to sum things up by just telling everyone, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Thank you all for participating in the Stars Wars. I sense a disturbance in the farce, and I can sense that there's just an ungodly amount of stars flying around. Look at this. Monty threw 1,000, 2,000 looks like. He threw out couple of thousand himself. I see a 500 from Lori. Man, you guys are throwing those stars like nothing. Thank you all so much for participating in those. Remember, first to comment, hashtag AYS gets a $200 voucher based on his live feed. Well, look at you all already, and was paying attention while I was flapping my gums, and I already see it in there. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Brett, for doing that contest. I'm letting him handle that because that's based on his feed, and mine tends to fly. Once again, that was a hashtag AYS. You can't sleep on the comments, y'all. We've always got something going on in addition to whatever I'm talking about. We also have an amazing conversation going down in the chat. Let me bring that up right there. Boom, there it is. A little late in the show, but it's there. So, you know what? Congratulations once again to our winners, and thank you all once again for the show and all of the sponsors who like to give back and do stuff with the fans and the fan engagement. Oh, Chrissy. Sometimes it just it sucks being being in my entourage. We already had that taken care of. So Christy won that one, but because I've already got one taken care of for us, we're going to go ahead and put that one to the next runner-up, which went to Kay Johnson. Kay Johnson, congratulations on your services. Don't worry, Christy, I got your back. Remember, folks, if you'd like your music featured right here on Surviving Rocklahoma, it's easy. All you got to do is submit your music, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com, and while you're at it, include your EPK. Let me know where you're playing. Send me your flyers. We'd like to let everyone know where you're playing so we can pack the house for you, and they can bring some of the farce to a venue near you. Now, also, folks, Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff, no matter where you're consuming the content. Those numbers genuinely do matter. So we're trying to work on getting those subscriptions up, follows up. On YouTube, those subs will unlock some really cool things. Now, remember, those of you here on Facebook, if you subscribe for the low price of $4.99, you can cancel anytime, but that also enters you to win a t-shirt. And it also qualifies you to win Rocklahoma or Born and Raised passes. We're going to be giving the next set away on the last broadcast. Or, well, actually, you know what? I think we got a special broadcast coming up on location. We're going to test out our mobile rig, but we're gonna let you all know a little bit later once we hammer that all down. Remember, folks, we've also got some special guests coming up. I am packing the show full of guests who are going to be joining me each and every week. We're also going to have Brett from At Your Service Rentals. We're also going to be hollering at some of the folks. I've convinced my co-hostess with the mostest, Christy Gross of Camp Mardi Gras, is going to be joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about Camp Mardi Gras, and we've got a whole lot more. And I've got a surprise guest coming up just as soon as I can nail down the date. You all will not believe who is going to be joining us here on the show. It's gonna. I'm so excited about it, and I'm so grateful that they've reached out and said they wanted to come on board. So be sure you all are staying tuned to the Facebook page, and let's go ahead and just take care of our sponsors. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to At Your Service Rentals. I wanna rock! Or excuse me, DEB Concerts. DEB Concerts. Remember, they've got a show coming up this on the 3rd of August. The Iron Maidens with special guest Dime Store Riot, whom you just watched. This event's going to be hosted by Eddie Trunk at the venue Shrine. Doors at 7, show at 8 p.m. Once again, this is a DEB Concerts production. I also want to give a huge shout out to At Your Service Roll. Thank you so much for donating that prize for giveaway and just being available and giving us the ability to make our campsites a little bit more comfortable for those festivals. Because you know how it is when you got to go. When you got to go, you got to go. Also want to give a huge shout out to Rock Event. Remember, folks, join me this Friday at the venue Shrine for the Rock Event benefit. Info is going to be playing, as well as a Foston Bargain at venue Shrine, silent auction, and a lot of other fundraising things to support that non-for-profit group as they give back to the veterans and get them that music that is medicine. Also want to give you a shout out to the Rocklahoma Bitches, aka the Redneck Bitches, some of our longest supporters of the broadcast and just the party in general in the Rocklahoma campgrounds, as well as the big old bus bringing a busload of debauchery. Remember, their events are listed now on their Facebook page and group. So if you would like to know what's going on that weekend, be sure to check them out on Facebook so you know what all's going on. Also want to give a huge shout out to Metalcore Clothing. Remember, folks, if you would like to represent a t-shirt, a proud member of the local music scene, I've also got the tribal logo that you all know and love. Those are produced by Metalcore Clothing. You can get those shirts directly from me. Just email me, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com, and we'll get your details and send you a payment link so that you can get yours ordered. Now, we've also got some cool shirts based on these cool designs, these new logos up here. We're going to be getting out as well, so make sure that you're following the Facebook page. But I flapped my gums enough for you folks, and I think it is time that we take another break. Until next week, folks, remember, always stay on the positive side of life, and as always, rock on.